it's about 10 degrees, and we're going live on Amazon Live today. I'm just waiting for the signal to go through to OneStream. It has, so I can go through to Amazon Live in Norway. And I've got my iPad, and I'm just waiting for the signal to come through to Amazon, and then we can begin. Hello, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. The link, if you want to go over to Amazon Live, is actually in the text up above the video, and you get the full experience then if you're actually on Amazon Live. So just waiting for it to go through and waiting. It says it's actually going from OneStream to Amazon Live. I'm just waiting to go live. Okay, it says live there. It says live there, but it's not showing up on my iPad. This is intriguing. I was just reading some comments before I came live about one or two little wrinkles with the system at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop stream, and the stream will stop, and then I'm going to start it again, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so starting the stream to Amazon Live. This is one of the benefits of having a two-part system, in that you can stop one part of it and not affect all the rest. So I know I'm still live on Facebook and on YouTube, and I'm waiting patiently to actually go live on Amazon.com, but the app doesn't want to know. This is very strange. Okay, so we have a situation. Hello, by the way. We have a situation. I'm waiting to go live on Amazon Live. I'm waiting for the button to go red, but at the moment it's just not doing anything. So what I'm going to do is, to sort this out, is I'm going to, you've got to try everything, haven't you? I'm going to go back from preview. I'm going to actually close the app. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing, but I just go through step by step. So I'm going into Amazon Live again. It's reloaded, upcoming, and preview, and go over to the dashboard here. Stop the live. Okay, and then having reloaded the app, I'm going to restart the live again. Now, of course, time is marching on. Right, okay, so I've gone live again on OneStream Live. And to make sure that OneStream Live is working, I'm going to go onto VI Live. All right, now, okay, this is one, hello to Amazon Live. This is one of the occasions where persistence does pay, and just not to panic, because if things are working, all goes swimmingly, but occasionally things don't work, and it's what you do then that actually counts. This is my third attempt to go live on Amazon Live, and I bounced it up in the space of 4 minutes, simply because I'm using a combination of Be Live and OneStream, and that means that I can continue broadcasting from Be Live to OneStream, and then on OneStream I'm able to stop and start the Amazon Live. And I did that, or start and stop. Okay, so anyway, just the sort of, well, the things that happen whilst you're live that you can't actually prepare for, and I'm just waiting to see them actually live on Amazon Live before we get underway. As you can tell, it's a pretty dark day here in Wiltshire at the moment, and not been out for a walk yet. I will do after this broadcast though, and I'm going to count down because holidays are getting nearer and nearer, and we're actually going away. For the first time in 2 years, we're actually going to go on holiday. So I'm in demo mode, really. I'm so excited by the fact that we're actually going to go this time for real. Nothing's going to stop us, because things were cancelled last time because Holland closed its doors. We were going to go over to Germany at Christmas, but that didn't work out because Holland put up the COVID restrictions, so we couldn't actually go there. So now, hello, Amazon Live. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me today. Let's get over to the menu and welcome to the broadcast. And this is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healy. And I am live to you, broadcasting from Wiltshire in England. Wiltshire is a county, it's on the south coast, on the south. It's not actually on the coast. We live in Devizes, which is about 97 miles from London, and today's a great day. Now behind me, I've got all this set up to go today. First thing is I'm going to be talking about the Logitech C920x camera, and I'm going to show you all about background removal software. Next to that, below that, I'm going to show you, I've been showing photographs of where I live in previous broadcasts, but this time I'm going to show you some photographs of where the ones I took these photographs. Okay, you're watching Lights, Camera, Action, and this is about webcams, audio gear, Fitbits, microphones, and live video. You'll find cameras and microphones and Fitbits and all the gear you need to go live down in the carousel. Please do surf whilst I'm talking. And I'm going to be talking first of all about in the bottom left-hand corner, Logitech Lytra light. Then I've got a second camera, and this second camera is focused on my display area, and I'm going to light that up in a minute so you can actually see a bit more. But you can see my iPad, you can see that's live. You can see down there, just a quick tour. You've got the Anchor 4-way USB hub, which is my purchase of 2022. It is down in the carousel. Basically, it allows you to, I've got 2 cameras plugged in. You're watching my second camera now. I've got 2 microphones plugged in. Well, 2 cameras, 1 microphone, and Lytra light. I'll show you that in a moment. This is the TP-Link Deco. This is our Wi-Fi system from TP-Link. And I've got to say, it simply works. I mean, I'm broadcasting using this at the moment. I'm not wired, and this is basically Angelica's teaching German in her office. I'm in my office, and I'm not wired, and this is working well. We've got 2 plants. We're going to watch these grow through 2022. And this one here should actually flower. I work for this company, which is, he said, holding the mug up to, is Belive. And that's my Belive mug, and this is my broadcast. And then you've got the items I'm going to show you, including the Aftershocks there, and the Apivo stand is lurking in the background. We're going to take a better look at that today. So this is my second camera, and then Lights, Camera, Action. You know what it's all about. So where I'm going to start is this. I'm going to basically tell you a little bit about where I live. So we say goodbye to Mark and Daniel. They'll be back in a moment. We'll switch my second camera off. Okay, we're going to be watching that video shortly, so I'm going to hide that. We don't need the card at the moment. Okay, and what I'm going to do is go picture in picture, and just for a moment I'm going to indulge myself and give you a guided tour of where I live, which is where I'm broadcasting from. This is Devizes in England. Before I do that, I am going to do one thing though, because it looks decidedly dark in here. I'm actually going to switch the light on. So now you can actually see me. Okay. And that was on purpose. I'm actually going to talk about the Logitech Lytra light in a moment. But this is Devizes. This is a place called Tilworth Park. And this is where we go on our walks. And the next picture, I'm just going to cycle through picture. This is our town centre. This is known as the Britox, and when I took this, I think this was during lockdown, this is the main shopping street of fixed shops, and we've got all sorts there. We've got travel agents, we've got bakeries, we've got the Boots, we've got all sorts of shops in the town centre. And the town itself dates back to the Middle Ages, and some of the buildings actually survive. This is one of my favourite shots. We're just outside St. Peter's Church looking down, and these are basically devisers have got lots of protected buildings. Okay, the church, and that's we're close to there in a moment ago. And this is the Crammer, and this is basically just around the corner from where we live. And thank you to Google for stitching 3 photographs to make this. And this is an artificial lake, which the birds, as you can see, flock to. All these photographs I took since I moved to Devizes nearly 10 years ago. This is Devizes town centre, and this was on this shopping day, and the local market is open to everybody, and this was a beautiful day. Near to us is the court garden, and the flower displays of the court garden are absolutely magnificent. It does snow in Devizes, I've got to admit it. This is evocative of, it's almost a black and white photograph with the white taking over, but this was a couple of years ago. It doesn't do this every year, but we were so surprised by the snow that I did take a photograph of it. Okay, so what I'm showing you, just so that you know, is if I go back here and go, no, took a wrong turn. Okay, just bear with me a moment while you're looking at the snow. This is Devizes in Wiltshire. All the photographs are from Devizes in Wiltshire, or near to Devizes in Wiltshire. A contrast with the snow, this is in the summer. There are carnival parades which take place through the town. Everybody takes part, thousands of people actually join in, and bands and groups come from all over Wiltshire to actually play, and it is a carnival parade. And the next photograph, we've got some beautiful countryside around us. This is Devizes in Wiltshire, and we can go out on country walks 5 minutes away from our front door and just get lost in the nature that's around us. This you may well recognize. We again, all the photographs I actually took. We live 30 minutes from Stonehenge, and this is a photograph of Stonehenge, and we managed to visit there 3 or 4 times a year. And then back to Hillworth Park. So that's an insight. I thought what I'd do this time, rather than showing you somebody else's photographs, is actually show you my photographs. So that's where we live, and as time goes on, I'll add more photographs. Now, a moment ago, I actually I'm going to highlight some. We're on the way now. We're actually marketing. Okay, I just wanted to say hello. So let's hide that and just get the official show on the road and go to my menu. Okay, and welcome to the broadcast. This is a lights, camera, action, and we are live with Stephen broadcasting live from Wiltshire. Now, if I go here and click a button, I'll go dark, and I was dark earlier. The first item we're going to talk about is down in the carousel, and it's a Logitech Lytra light. And if I'm going to talk about it, I do actually need to switch it on. Okay, so I'm now lit by the Logitech Lytra light. I'm going to get the light, and I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to tell you all about this light, and then I'm going to show you the software that you can actually use to control it. Okay, so this is, well, first of all, if you not heard of this before, that's reasonable because this light was only released in January 2022. It is by Logitech, and it's the first light that Logitech have actually made. And if I hide the pictures, I'll hide those pictures, then I watch Amazon Live as well as broadcasting Amazon Live, and I was watching a show by Moco Novo, my good friend who lives in Portugal, and he was interviewing Daniel Sigmund of Logitech, and Daniel showed this light on screen, and I thought to myself, this looks very interesting. Yeah, this looks like it's what I've been looking for, because I actually I had two softboxes, one either side of me. Yeah, one either side. Shining on the wall in front of me in reflected light was lighting me. It worked well for 3 years. But because they're made of fabric, they had over 3 years some wear and tear, and they were dismantled and taken off to the recycling centre. So for 3 weeks, I broadcast without lights, and then I saw this. And Marco, and with Daniel actually demonstrating the light, I thought, quite simply, just the fact that he did a good job of demonstrating it. Because what happened was this, that I saw the light, I read the reviews on Amazon.com, just click the link in the carousel at the moment, the highlighted one on the left-hand side, that will take you to the Amazon.com page for the Logitech Lytra light. I read the reviews on the page, I even went over to YouTube and watched a couple of videos. Then I came back and I ordered 2 of these. One is actually lighting me now. It's the only light that's on in the room. There are no room lights, just the Logitech Lytra light. And 1 day after I ordered it from Amazon, 2 boxes arrived holding the Logitech Lytra Glow light. Okay, so that's how it's boxed, and that's what you'll see on the individual Amazon.com page. The price of the light is $59.99. Now, when I was looking at lighting, I looked at many systems. I looked at big lights, okay, 15-inch lights, and if I'd got those, Angelique would have said, yeah, okay, they work. But the thing about this light, though, is you can see, just compared to my hand, that it's very small-ish. Okay, now, when you get the light, it arrives like this, okay? There's cellophane on the bottom, which you take that off. There is cellophane on the back, there, take that off, and then recycle it, okay? This is the Logitech Lytra light. It's the first light that Logitech have ever made. I mean, we know Logitech, we know the C920, 922, 925, 930 and Brio cameras. And we're looking at the 920 and the Brio soon. But this is their first light, released in January 2022. And I've got to say, I'm impressed by it. Okay. And I'm going to show you the light itself. First thing is, how do you attach it? There's a little shelf here which you pull up, which locks into place, and then it goes over the back of your monitor. Okay. That's the first thing. But before you put it there, what you can do is you can decide how tall you want the light to be. Okay. Now, I do a show on Fridays normally with my partner Angelica, German language tuition show, and I loaned this light to Angelica because I wanted it back. I loaned it, and Angelica had it set like that. Okay. The thing was that you can actually maneuver the light forward and bend it down. That's the maximum angle you can go to. Mine is actually currently at that angle. Okay, so it's on the monitor and it's at that angle. However, my light is like that. Okay, on the back of my monitor. No, it's not. That's it. That's the way my light is. Okay, now this stand, with the light you can move it sideways as well. So you can get this light to any angle that you want. Okay, but this light is very versatile. you can actually take the light off its stand that's supplied, and you can screw it into a tripod stand, and then you've got it on a tripod stand. Okay, and the thing about the benefit of doing that is it's not on your monitor. You can position this light anywhere on your decking. Now you only need 1 Lytra light to light a single person broadcast. Okay, and that's what I'm doing now. This is to show you. Okay, and to light my demonstration area, which you saw was a bit dark a moment ago. It does what it says. It is a very solid build, as we've come to expect from Logitech. It's well designed and engineered, and it's very functional and very versatile. And on the back of the light, you've got a button, and you can use that button to switch it on. But before you do that, that was a deliberate mistake, by the way. Obviously, you plug the cable in. Now it's a USB-C to USB-A cable, and it just plugs in like that. Now the cable is supplied in the box we saw a moment ago. There's no need to hunt for a cable. The cable is supplied. It's been optimized for use with the light. There is no need to get any of the cable. I've been asked the question, can I use the cables? Yes, you can. But Logitech manufactured this cable to go with this light, so why not use it? It plugs into the port on your PC or Mac. That's where it gets its power from. And that's it. That's all you need to do. But Logitech being Logitech, every Logitech product has some software to go with it, which controls the light. Because I can switch this light on now, okay, and you can tell that I'm lit. You also tell that this light is not obtrusive, okay. It's not too bright. This is a soft light. It's called the Logitech Lytra glow light, and it does glow. It doesn't wear out. Yeah, it's a very soft light. If I switch it off again, okay. Now I could do that. I could use the manual controls. I've got a brightness control, I've got a temperature control, and I can adjust the light manually just by using those controls. As I just hinted, Logitech have actually got some software, and we're going to take a look at that software now. I'm going to share screen, and I'm going to go over to a window. I'm going to go here. And if I go over here, I can press a button, and this is the Logitech Lytra software that's on the screen now. I can see a comment. I'm coming in a moment. I can see a follow. You've been my day. I'll be back in a minute. This is the software that controls the light. Yeah. And I'm going to take it off full screen so you can see me and the light, and say a final thank you to Marco and Daniel for actually introducing me to the light. Okay, and we'll go picture in picture. All go side by side. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the software. The software you download, go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Lytra, download the software, install it on your PC or Mac. It will see your light straight away. And just a note that it will also control any Logitech camera you have. So it can control the Brio, but I just gone over to the ultra grow light. Now it can control more than one light, but just a note here. In order for the software side of me to actually work, what you've actually got to do is to plug this directly into your PC or Mac. The software will not work if you use a USB extender. Yeah, it has to be directly in. If you plug it directly in, the Logitech G Hub software that you downloaded will see it straight away, and you can control it straight away. Okay, so it knows you've got a light. It knows the light is plugged in through a USB port on your computer. So let's go. And there are 6 presets which I'm going to go through now. Using the software, I'm going to take each preset in turn, he said, and I'm just trying to move it so I can actually see what's going on. I'm going to switch the light off first of all. Now I've gone decidedly dark. Okay, light on, and we're back in the light. Okay, now the first preset is this one, and this is the brightest preset, and as you can see, the skin tone's not right. It is called the bright one, but the problem is, it is, for me now, it's too bright. So you have a very bright light, and then we start being cozier. Okay, now this second setting, the cozy one, this is, I'm going to put that light down, I'll show you again in a minute. This is a reasonably good setting. Yeah, I quite like this one. We're going to come to my favorite in a minute, but basically what you're actually doing here is deciding on the lighting that you like the best and you feel comfortable with. This is all about feeling comfortable on camera. That's the top and bottom of it. Okay, now this one I quite like, so I'm going to go full screen. So this is showing my skin tones. It shows a good representation of the green screen behind me, and you can actually see me. Yeah, and I'm actually looking at the camera now. I sometimes forget to look at the camera. Okay. Now, the next setting down, I'm just going through all the presets that you can just change at any time, and then you've got cozy candlelight, and this is becoming my favorite. Yeah. Now, as you're watching me, the changes may be subtle, but you're just deciding on the best one. Now, the next one, we've been through the presets, but the next one, the last one on here, is this one. And this one is badly lit. This is one I designed. This is nothing to do with Logitech. This is one I designed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what you can do, and you can actually make your own preset. I can take the warmth down. If I go right down, so say there, then there's no warmth in the image. Yeah. If I go midstream, just on the warm side, I'm starting to look that I've got color. Yeah. So this is actually changing the way that I appear on camera. Then I can change. I'm happy with the temperature. Now, on the brightness, I can turn the brightness right down. Yeah. Until the light goes off, or I can turn the brightness back on, and again I'm going to go round about the middle, and I'm happy with that. Now the thing about this is your personal choice. Okay, you want different lighting at different times of day. I've got the curtains open, I've no room lights on, I've only got the 1 Lytra light on me, and it's working perfectly. Yeah, so it's easy to do. Now, as I say, I've looked at other lighting systems, and they're a lot more expensive than the $59.99 that's actually in the carousel at the moment. For lighting, you can pay what you want, but from my point of view, because it's just me broadcasting, I want a soft light, actually, just to like me, yeah, and the background. Okay, so let's just go through. As I've got the Logitech Lytra light here. What I'm going to go through now, a word of explanation here. This is a live demonstration. Okay, this is a live demonstration without a script. Yeah, and that means that it's quite possible that I'll miss something that you want to know about. So if you've got any questions, then please do ask. But we're looking at Logitech Lytra Glow premium LED streaming light. Now I said it's a soft light. It's true soft technology developed by Logitech for lighting. As we've seen, you've got an adjustable mount. You can actually either have it on here, and you can go up. You can take it down again. You can bend it forward. You can turn it left and right. Okay, until you're actually happy with it. And as I say, mine is at the moment looking like that, and it's on top of my monitor using that. I could just take the light off, you just twist the light, and then you can fit it to a tripod, and then you can put the light wherever you want. Wherever you need a light source, you can have it. Okay, next feature. is brightness. We've seen on the back that you've got the brightness and the color temperature controls, and they're also available in the software. So you can either do it physically or you can do it through the software. Software is free. Logitech.com, search for the light, and you can download the software, install it on your PC, and Mac, and it will work. And it's just talking about it now. There's a desktop app for controlling the light. And next, natural skin tones. And that's what I like about this. It's not literally, it's not in your face. This is not a bright light. This is a natural skin tone. And I've got to ask the question, do I have a radiant look? Okay, we'll see. Okay, and it's like, this is basically the software that I just showed you here. On the right is a program called Logitech G Hub, which has been around for quite a while and is used by gamers around the world. The Logitech Lytra light has been added to it. Okay, so this is not new software, this is existing software. And a lot of the people who use Logitech equipment are actually gamers. And what they're saying is that this light is safe for all day streaming. Yeah. And I know gamers who broadcast live for 8 hours at a time. I don't know how they do it, but they do. You've got freedom of light placement, as I illustrated there. I think we're coming down to the end. Use the free software and just go to logitech.com, download the software. So that is the Logitech Lytra light. And just to highlight, I am going to switch it off, go dark, switch it back on again, and that setting is going to stay with us for the rest of the broadcast. Over to the iPad. Okay, and I want to say a big thank you. Oh, wow. Big thank you to Shop Observer and Sahil. Thank you both for following me. You helped to make my day. I really do enjoy broadcasting Amazon Live. I enjoy reaching out and chatting to people and talking about the products. The products down in the carousel I own. Okay, I'm a live broadcaster. I've been live broadcasting 6 years, and I am blessed with the fact that I can go on Amazon Live, and I really enjoy doing it. I really, really appreciate following Shop Observer and Sahil. Thank you. And I'm going to announce this publicly. Shop Observer is my 200th follower on Amazon Live. Now, if I had some music, I would play it. And of course, Sahil is the 201st. And there is a benefit to actually following somebody. Okay, first of all, it's a way of saying thank you for the broadcast, and that's absolutely awesome. The second thing is, if you look up above, you'll find a following tab. And on the following tab, you can see everybody you followed, and you can see whether they're live or not. You can see their last broadcast. So it helps you to keep in touch with broadcasts that you enjoy watching. And thank you. From me, and Sahil is saying, yes, Sahil, I can say hi to you. Hello, Sahil. Okay, I hope my pronunciation is correct. I also hope that you're actually still here, because I did go on a bit there. My apologies. No. I'm just doing natural. So that's the software that you can actually download, and I'm going to stop sharing it now and come back to me. Okay, so that's how I'm lit, and this is why this program, this video, this broadcast is called Lights, Camera, Action. Lights are important. Camera's important. Microphone's important, and lighting is important as well. If you're going to be a live broadcaster, you've got to get the combination of all three right. Okay. Before we go on to Logitech C920x camera, okay, which is down the carousel, I'll tell you why it's got an X at the end of it as well. It's got something extra. In live broadcasting, there's a part, an element of the live broadcast that is never ever talked about. And it's as important as cameras and microphones and lighting and green screens. And that's you. The live broadcast, whether it be on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter or Twitch, the most important part is you. you've got to get used to being on camera. You've got to position yourself in the middle of the screen. You've got to have headroom. I'll come back to talk about that. But to me, the most important on the broadcast is the person doing the broadcast. Most important element. Yeah. And all this does, this we're not born to live stream. Yeah. This is a learned skill, and you can learn and you can practice. I practice. Okay, despite having done 2,300 broadcasts, I practice. It's important. Anyway, let's move on with the broadcast. And thank you for watching live on Amazon. I do appreciate it. And we're actually going to move on to this. Okay. Now, when I first started broadcasting, which was 6 years ago, on a platform called Blab, B-L-A-B. I don't know whether anybody remembers it, but it was a great platform, 4 people on screen, people in the audience watching. It didn't go anywhere. It was just on the Blab website. And they got hundreds of thousands of users, and then they closed down. Then came Facebook Live. And when Facebook Live arrived 5, 6 years ago, everybody said, okay, we are now broadcasters. We're going to broadcast on Facebook Live. We need to get an external camera. The camera that most live broadcasters bought then was this. And this is the Logitech C920x. The X stands for extra. When you get the camera, and mine's 6 years old, by the way. So the first question is, does it last? Yes. This is 6 years old, works as if new, goes on my second PC, works perfectly. This works perfectly out of the box. It has twin microphones. Okay, so this is not just an external camera. This has got microphones, which means this is the ideal first external camera. It's ideal gift. If you've got somebody you know who's starting out broadcasting and they're using their desktop camera and microphone, this is the ideal gift at $69.99 today, with 9,800 4.5-star average review. So this is basically, I mean, I know hundreds of people are actually using this camera, and that's just me. I think this is quite probably one of the best-selling cameras of all time, C920x. Great to get started. But having said that, I've still got mine. I still use mine. And the only reason that I upgraded to the Brio, which you'll see shortly, is I wanted to broadcast in 4K. Yeah, which is the future. It's not yet, but it is the future. I'll explain why later. This camera is capable of 720p and 1080p. Now, P stands for pixels, and the more pixels that are actually transmitted to you, the clearer the picture. Yeah. Now, 720p is DVD quality. 1080p is high definition. The higher the number, better the quality of the broadcast. Okay, but just so you know, 720 is DVD quality, so it is good quality anyway. Right. So you've got the camera. What do you do? Okay, well, I can't actually show you the camera working because it's not plugged in, but I can show you how to get it working. You pull down this here, yeah, and then it goes over the top of your monitor like so. Okay, and you move that leg at the bottom until you're happy. And what you should be doing is making sure you can actually look in the camera, which is what I'm doing now, but I'm also looking at the camera here as well. So right, so that's how you affix it to your monitor or to your PC or to your Mac. It goes over the top and it hooks like that, and it's very stable. Yeah, and then the other end, you've got a choice. You can either plug this directly into your PC or Mac, or you can plug it into a USB extender. I've tested this. This doesn't have to go directly into the machine. It can go into a USB extender. I'll show you the best one I found later. It's powered by your PC and Mac, and your PC and Mac will recognize this camera straight away as there being Logitech C920x. So you don't have to do anything. I mean, you can just plug in this camera, switch your computer on, computer finds the camera, camera finds you, and you can go live. That's it. There's nothing need to do. Yeah, because this camera is so well known that if you're going live on Zoom, if you're going live on YouTube, if you're going live anywhere, this camera will be recognized as the Logitech C920x and everything. Well, that's all you need to do. Okay. But there are other things you can do. First of all, this does not have to go on your monitor. Okay, what you can do is if I close that, you will see a thread there. You can take your trusty tripod and you can put the camera. I'm going to do this live. I'm risking it. This may or may not work, but what I'm actually doing is just putting the camera and the tripod together. And when it gets tight enough, I can show you. There you are. The camera is now on the tripod, and you can bring out the legs, the 3 tripod legs, and you can then put it anywhere on your desking area, anywhere in the room. Okay. If you want to put it somewhere and there isn't a long enough cable, which sometimes happens, then you can get that way. Sorry, you can get extension cables. Okay, and this is the Ugreen Smart Green extension cable, 3 foot long, and it's a female to male connector, and I could plug this end into this cable and get another 3 feet of cable. Now, these cables come in various lengths. It just so happens that I actually needed to extend the lead on my Lytra light. So that's basically what I got it for. I got a spare so I could show you. And so that if I need it in other kit I get, I can actually use it. So cable is quite long. If you need to extend it even more, you can. Okay, and that's down in the carousel. Okay, and it is quite handy, and I can attest to the fact that it just works. You don't need to do anything to it. Okay, now we've said that you can just, this camera is the very definition of plug and play. But as with all things Logitech, there is some software that you can actually use to control this camera. And if you go to, just a moment, just let me set this up. So we're talking about Logitech C920x. Okay. X stands for extra. I'm going about to get onto that. And go to that now. It's full HD, 1080p and 30 FPS. But, and this is the kicker. I need to move that one off. The Logitech C920x, the X stands for extra. The X stands for Expert VCam. You get a 3-month license of Expert VCam. Expert VCam is background removal software. Okay. I've been using it since January 2019. It is regularly updated. It's the best background removal software I've seen. It works on Zoom. It works on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, everywhere. It works on all the major broadcasting systems. I'm going to show you, rather than, I mean, I can actually talk about it, but I've got a video here. And if I can find the video, then I can bring it up on screen. Just a minute. Show it here. I have a video. Just a minute. I'm going to find it. If everything goes perfectly well in a broadcast, then something's gone wrong, and I've lost a video. How can that happen? Okay, is that it? I had it a moment ago. Right, I'm not panicking. I will find it and I will show it you. And I did have it ready, and it is labeled Expert VCam. This has thrown me a little. Just a sec. I didn't actually. Did I actually get rid of it? I don't think I did. Ah, no, that's not it. I've got videos down here and I don't know what they are. Right, I'm back now. I'm going to find that video at some point. things are not going swimmingly. Yeah, it shouldn't be too far away. I mean, why it's actually reorganized itself? Oh, wait a minute. Just this is a natural break. Just a minute. See how many things you can identify on my desktop while I look for the video. Won't be a second. Okay. It'll be here somewhere. I'm going to carry on talking so that I found it. Wow. Thank you for waiting. Okay. I hope it's worth the wait. I do hope it's worth the wait. Basically, to let you into a little secret, down below me, I've got a carousel. And the carousel is made up of images, it's made up of videos, and it's made up of videos from YouTube. And there are about 25 different items in the carousel that I can call upon. So each broadcaster is different. That's the logic behind it. I may well switch in future to just having the assets I need. Okay, but thank you for your patience. Without further ado, this is all about background removal software. And let's just do this. I'm going to switch the microphone off and press play. And I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can show you. The second thing you can do as a background is you can run a YouTube video behind you and play it. Now, the video, if it's your video, any video of yours can be played in the background. If the video is public, it can be played in the background. But there are going to be occasions when it won't play. And that's because the person who created the video has not allowed us to have use of it. Simple as that. So if you get one that doesn't work, just go on to the next one. Don't try and figure it out. There is no figure out. Basically, the person who created the video has not allowed us to use it. Okay. Now, background removal is great. I mean, I've been doing it since 2019, January 2019, and it does allow you to up the level of your production. If you go live on a Zoom call and you've got a room behind you, which let's say it's not tidy, then a green screen and the background removal software, you can actually be anywhere in the world. So that's one major use, is to remove what's behind you. Yeah, and as you'll see in the next section, I do have things behind me. The third thing you can do is you can go and you can use a website as your background. Okay, any website. Okay, do acknowledge the website. Just say the name of the website. This is such and such website in the background. It can be your website. It can be any website, because by default websites are actually public. Okay, it's no problem. Okay, and if I show you the BBC website in the background, I'll say this is the BBC. Okay. Just going back to the videos for a moment, the videos play without sound. So if you're thinking of bringing the Rolling Stones on in the background, no, you can't. Not only for copyright reasons, but there is no sound on a background removal tool. And the final place you can actually get images from is a website called unsplash.com. And unsplash.com basically is photographers around the world sending their best photographs to unsplash.com for people to download freely. And they're all royalty free. You can use them as your backdrop. As a courtesy though, and I've got the Expert VCam store has 100 different backgrounds. I've got 98 backgrounds, incredibly. The fact that you're actually using somebody's background, because that's a win-win situation. People get to know that you're actually using backgrounds, and the photographer actually gets an acknowledgement as well. But I've been using background removal software since forever, since Jan 2019. I've watched Expert VCam improve the software on a regular basis, and it's no good. The thing about background removal software, you don't want people to see you're actually using it. You don't want an outline of your head, and you don't want your hair to be blowing. I remember one famous video, I thought, okay, I'm going to have a backdrop of Stonehenge, and it worked well. You can see the henge behind me, but there was a clear blue light sky, and my hair was blowing. Yeah, didn't quite look right. But so that is the camera. Okay, this is the Logitech C920x camera. Ideal, first camera, ideal for Zoom, ideal for live broadcasting. I'm just going to untwizzle it, and then as I do, I'm going to go through just the main features again, just so that I don't miss anything. So it is the Logitech C920x. This is he or her. The X stands for extra, which is Expert VCam. It is 1080 30 FPS. Now 1080p is better than DVD quality, as I'm saying. Bring the camera back in. It's got the twin microphones. They are omnidirectional, so they pick the sound up all around you. So you need some noise cancellation software, which I may talk about later. It's got light correction. If I turn my lights off, then my camera will try to do light correction, so I'm still visible on screen. Yeah, you can broadcast without lighting, but with a Logitech Lytra light down in the carousel being $59.99, there's no reason not to do. And there is, let's take this off, there is advanced capture software, which I'm going to show you in a moment, to actually control the camera. I did say, and it's quite true, that you can download the camera, plug it in and use it. Low light setting, that's repeating something from before. And I'm going to take the advanced capture software off. It's got a 78-degree field of view. The next camera has got 90 degrees. This camera physically is 6 years old. I've had it 6 years, still works well. Testimony to the build quality of the Logitech C920x. This version of the camera was actually released in 2020, March 31st. Okay, and finally, just a reminder, that the camera down the carousel does give you a 3-month license of XSplit, of Ecamm. I enjoy making the videos. Logitech enjoy making the videos as well. Also XSplit enjoy making the videos. Right. Okay. So just checking on the iPad. I had to get an iPad to actually go live here. And if you think that you would like to broadcast live on Amazon Live, then do get in touch with me. You can find me. Let's just take that off. You can actually find me anywhere. Stephen Healy there. Okay. And if you're interested in going live on Amazon Live and presenting, then just let me know and I'll point you in the right direction. We've got a group of very supportive people who actually broadcast on Amazon Live. We're all independent. We do not work for Amazon. The views that you're seeing today are my views. And if there's anything wrong with something, I'll tell you. So I'll tell you best features, and I'll tell you something that I don't quite like. No product is perfect, but some are pretty close. Logitech Lytra Lite is perfect. Okay, now the next thing we're going to go on to is another camera. And the reason I've chosen this one, I've got 2 reasons for talking about this camera today. One, you're actually watching it. You're actually watching me. I'm on a Logitech Brio today. And Logitech Brio is down the carousel. And today, whilst I'm live, the prices in the carousel are whilst I'm live. Okay, if you click the link in the carousel, you'll get the price in the carousel. So it's $165.91, which is 17% off. Yeah, no, it's less than I paid for it, and I'm happy with it. I paid the full $199.99, and it's just such a brilliant camera. Now, the thing about this camera, as we'll see, is that it has a 720 and a 1080p like the C920x we just looked at, but it's also got 4K. Now, I got it for the 4K. This 4K is the future. One day, a day not too far ahead, we'll also broadcast in 4K. At the moment, with my 4K camera, I can broadcast in 4K to YouTube. The quality of a 4K broadcast is absolutely stunning. It's such high quality. It's better than TV. It's better than cinema in some ways. 4K is basically the best that we can actually do on a commercial standpoint. And the Brio is, well, it's a very good camera. I'm not lost for words. I'm just trying to find them. Let's take a look at a few of its features because you're actually watching it now. It is the Logitech Brio 4K webcam we're talking about. 4K, I use XSplit Broadcaster. You could equally use OBS or vMix. Go to the 4K resolution, broadcast out to YouTube. YouTube stores the video in 4K, so it can be replayed in 4K. And beneath the video on YouTube, there's a cog bottom right-hand side. Using that cog, you can switch from 720 to 4K, and you can watch it in 4K. If you don't click the cog, you'll see it in 1080. Just a bit of research there, because I thought, I'm broadcasting 4K. Why is it showing me the video in 1080? Okay, it is ultra 4K video. Absolutely beautiful picture. It's got high definition auto light correction. As I said a moment ago, if I switch my light off, and I'm going to do it now, the camera then kicks in and it will try to improve how I look on camera. Because I'm in low lighting now, no lights on at all, it will do its best to do light correction so that I can still be seen on the screen. Yeah? Okay, so now I'm going to switch the lights back on. Okay, the light back on. Single light. Logitech Lytra down in the carousel. Logitech Brio camera, wide field of view. It's got 90-degree field of view. We'll see this in my demonstration in a moment. I'm actually going to demonstrate the software that you can actually use now. It's 4 times the resolution of a typical HD camera, so it's 4 times the resolution of the C920x. Okay, hence the premium price. It's towards the top end of Logitech cameras. It's not at the top end. It's the light adjustment is called Logitech Right Light. 3 fields of view, and we'll see those in a moment. In fact, that's a good point. If I break off there, what I'm going to do now, if I hide that, you can just plug this camera into your computer, okay? PC or Mac, it will be recognized. Logitech Brio is a recognized model. You don't need to do anything, but you'd be missing out, because there are things that you can do with the software to actually improve the way you look on camera and actually more comfortable on camera. So we take a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, so I'm going to screen share, and it will take a second for it to come up on screen, and I'm hoping to actually capture a piece of software. Just a minute, I've got to wait for it to come back. I've got it. Okay, I have got the software. Okay, now the software is called Logic Capture. It's free. If you bought any Logitech camera, okay, 920, 922, 925, right way up please, 930, Brio, this software controls all Logitech cameras. It's free. Just go to Logitech. Search for Logitech Capture. Now, in addition to Logitech Capture, there's another piece of software which I'm going to show you now, which has exactly the same functionality as Logitech Capture, but it's easier for me to demonstrate. So I'm going to demonstrate the features of Logitech Capture now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off screen, and I'm going to put this full screen. Okay. There's the software. That is the software that controls all Logitech cameras. And I'm going to remove the video. We've used that. Don't need that anymore. Okay, so this is the software to the right hand side of me. And basically, there are things that I can do. Now, I'm going to just apologize in advance. Okay. I'm actually going to zoom in. Okay, but I will quickly zoom out again, because it's only, I don't want to be a giant. Okay, so let's go to Logitech Software, download it, install it, it will find your camera, and then you can use the software to actually control your camera. Okay, first thing you can do is you can zoom in. Okay, and you can zoom in, and then you can zoom out. Now, just a point here. Like you, I attend Zoom meetings and I watch a lot of video, and it's surprising the amount of times you see somebody serious on a Zoom call or on a live video and the top of their head is missing. It's not a good look. This is distracting. When we're looking at people on camera, we expect them to be center screen. Yeah. So it's no use being off to one side. Yeah, that'll distract people. But the most distracting factor that people find is when they can't see you properly. So let's just go here and very, very quickly zoom out again. Okay. Now this is how it should be. On camera, you should be in the middle of the screen, not off to one side, unless you're making a point. Middle of the screen, and you should have headroom, space above your head. Do not cut yourself off there. Okay. Don't do it. It just doesn't look right. People, it is okay. It's my bugbear. I'll go with that. But I think it's a valid point that if you're going to spend all this money on this wonderful equipment and then you're not going to show yourself on screen, then why do it? Okay. Now, next thing I can do is I can tilt down or tilt up. So I can I've got tilt up and down. Okay. I can pan right. Let's go side by side with the software there. You see a bit more of software now. I can pan right. Okay, so I can go over here and I'm off screen now. I can go the other way and you can see my bookshelf. Okay, what you've got is a 90-degree field of view, and hopefully Whenever I do this demonstration, I'm always wondering what happens if I press the wrong button when I'm actually showing you this. Yeah. Right, those are the movement controls. Zoom in, zoom out, and it's about you getting comfortable on camera. You can do this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I need to change something. Just a second. For the second part of the demonstration, I need to change my layout so that you can see me and the software side by side. Okay. And you can see there's a gap at the top right-hand corner of the screen. With the software, providing I pick the right one, I can have 65, 78 or 90 degree view. Okay, let's go with the 90 degree view. With the 90 degree view, you can see more of my office. In other words, you can see more of the background. And this is the way that some people broadcast. Yeah. It's all about personal choice. If you want to show what's behind you, then choose a high field of view, 90 degrees. If you want the camera to be on you, then choose a 78 degree angle. If you want the camera to be definitely on you, pick the 65 degree angle and you're getting closer and closer to the camera. Yeah, 3 fields of view. 90 shows your office. 65 is tight on you. There we go. And then 78 is the one that I normally use. Right, because I've got distraction of the corner, and I just this is how I feel comfortable on camera, and that's basically what it's all about. Now let's have a little bit of fun. Again, using the software, and if I go side by side, you can see both of us. Okay, this software is downloaded from Logitech.com. It's free if you've got any Logitech camera. Okay, I can change the brightness. I can up the brightness. Yeah, and that's not a good look. Or I can go dark and you still can't see me. Or I can go back to 50. Now, the default is always going to be 50. Yeah, so let's go close as we can get to 50 in a live demonstration. Color intensity. I can increase the color intensity. So I go bright red, or I go sepia. And this can be a good look occasionally. If you want to make a point, you want to stand out, have a sepia sort of look. Other than that, put the color intensity back to as close as you can get it to 50%. I'm getting good at this. Contrast, you can change the contrast, yeah, so that you can go, we can go negative if you want, or you can go to positive, or you can just have the contrast at, you guessed it, 50%. Auto white balance is great in low light. Ordinarily, during the day, which is mid-afternoon here in the UK, it doesn't make much difference. But if I switch it off, you'll see I haven't got it on, so I can't switch it off. Okay, so it's making a difference. Yeah, and it's a question of which you are more comfortable with. Okay, so that is the software that you can download for any Logitech camera, 920, 922, 925, 930, Brio, the one that Marco knows the name of, and I don't. This controls the software. It's all about you're getting happy on screen with how you look. Yeah, and I'm just looking at my iPad. I'm smiling. It's all about how you look on camera. Yeah, the lighting we talked about first, the camera. Okay, and the thing about the Logitech C920x is that it broadcasts in 4K. Let's just finish off with the 920x because we've seen the software. It is 4K, 1080 and 720. The bigger number, the clearer the picture. Okay, it's released on February 7th, 2017, and you can use Logitech Capture, as you've just seen, as the software to control it. You don't need to get software, you can just plug and play. But if you want greater control of the camera, if you want to be in control of how you look on camera, then download the software and experiment. Okay, every Sunday night for half an hour, I come to my setup in my Live studio. Today I am broadcasting from, just put the logo up top right, I'm broadcasting from be.live, and I work for be.live as well. Okay, I've been using the be.live software since October 15th, 2016. So quite a while, and it does everything I want. Everything that you're seeing during this broadcast, which is screen shares, images, videos, all capable from within the studio. As we saw at the beginning of the show, I can have up to 8 people on screen at the same time. I'm not going to do that. This is Amazon Live, and this is about, you've come to listen to me. And thank you for that. And thank you for watching Amazon Live. And thank you to Julie Hoffman. Thank you for the follow. You've actually, wow, absolutely brilliant. I do appreciate the follows. It's a win-win situation. If you follow me, you won't lose me, because you can go to the following tab, find all my broadcasts. And if you follow other broadcasts, I follow, okay, I'm going to admit it now, I follow about 250 Amazon Live broadcasters, because I enjoy watching other people's broadcasts. I enjoy learning how they do it. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to actually do it. And the thing is, we've all got different styles of presentation. I love watching other people. And with the best one in the world, if you watch somebody else, you learn something. And there's something that I saw this morning that I'm going to employ now. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something totally unexpected. Okay. I'm going to go in the carousel to the Pivo uplift. And this wasn't in my script. Okay. But when we do these live broadcasts the day after, Amazon tells us what people who are watching the broadcast bought. It doesn't tell us who you are, but it does tell us what's been sold after the broadcast or during the broadcast. And the item I'm about to show you now, somebody bought, and I just need to put this somewhere. Hang on, I've got just a second. I need to reorganize. Help! Okay, I haven't lost anything. I've got too many things in front of me. Okay, this is a stand, but this is no ordinary stand. This is an IPEVO stand. It's down in the carousel at the moment at $59. This is the best mobile phone stand I have found, and I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to switch on my second camera. We're going to do some preparation here. We're going to switch on the second camera, he said. Hang on. I'm going to switch on the second camera. Okay. I'm going to go picture in picture. Yeah. I'm going to shrink myself. This takes quite a lot of preparation, but it is worth it. It's worth setting the shot. Okay. So I'm shrunk now. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stand up and come back. Okay. And this is me. This is my demonstration area. And let's just tidy up a bit before I carry on. Just a reminder about the C920x camera, which is the ideal first camera for anybody thinking of broadcasting. That C920x. Okay. Also, ultimate, yeah, it goes there. Also, Logitech Lytra light, which is lighting me right now. And I'm going to put that back where it lives on top of my monitor. Okay, so that's it. And incredibly, okay, I'm just going to let it go. I know it's situated. Incredibly, I now have a relatively free desk. Okay. One of the things I was looking for was a mobile phone stand. Now, we looked a moment ago at the let's come back to me for a second. We looked a moment ago at the tripod, and this is a brilliant way of actually holding cameras, yeah. But the thing about a tripod is it's stable, but it's not as stable as an IPEVO stand. This is a very solid piece of kit. Okay, this is akin to weightlifting. This weighs pounds. The thing is that I'll put it down. You've got to work hard to knock this over. If you're doing a demonstration and you've got your phone and your phone is held tightly in the clamp and the clamp does expand, okay, the clamp expands to actually fit all sizes of phone, yeah, then you've got your phone in there. You can't knock this, it's too heavy. If you're doing a cookery demonstration or a drawing demonstration, you can set this up on your desktop with your camera in it and it's not going to move. But in setting it up, there are 3 joints. First of all, come back to me. I'm going to show it here as well. It's probably better. There are 3. No, that's better. Okay. There are 3 joints. Okay. There's a joint at the bottom. Okay. And I'm having to work hard. These joints actually sort of lock into place. There's a joint there. Okay. And you can swivel that joint. Okay. And then there's a joint here. So it's got 3 joints which allow you to effectively put this at any angle that you like. And you could have your camera like that, looking down on a work surface. Yeah, it's just it's so strong. Yeah, it is the strongest stand I've seen, and it's the weightiest stand I've seen. And the reason I'm showing you today is that after my broadcast yesterday, somebody bought 15 of these. So, driven by that fact and the fact that I actually love the IPEVO stand, that's why I decided to talk about a bit about it today and to actually demonstrate it to you. It is the most solid stand I've found. And the thing about the IPEVO stands, if you click the link in the cast now, you'll find that IPEVO also do document cameras, yeah, which is a totally different area. But for a fixed mobile phone stand to record their demonstrations or to record anything you like, which is static, yeah, or a cookery demonstration, anything, this IPEVO stand were recommended to me by Chris de Boven in Belgium, my good friend Chris, and she said, I've got one of these, and it's, well, I always listen to Chris. Chris picks good equipment, and Chris chose this, told me about it, and I went and bought it on Amazon. So if you're looking for a mobile phone stand that's not going to fall over, that's actually going to be reliable, and you've got to really want to bash this to actually knock it over. It just stands up and it goes onto the desktop like that, and it's just incredibly well. It's just, I like it. Okay, what more can I say? That I like it and I use it regularly, and it's a good investment if you're doing things on mobile that you actually want to capture. And you want, this is steady. This is not going to, this won't blow over in a breeze. Okay, it is a solid piece of kit. It is the IPEVO stand, which is down the carousel. So that's the IPEVO uplift stand, and it does uplift. Okay, remember 3 joints. You can. That's a good word. This, you can twizzle things. You can experiment. And you can get the setting that you actually want to have it at. Okay, and that's it. I'm going to put it back in its cage in a minute. It is a ferocious beast. Okay, just while we're here on the desktop, what I'm going to do is switch my camera off. I'm still here. Okay, but my camera is going off. Okay, this here is down in the carousel. This is the Anker 4-way USB hub, and I wanted to have 2 cameras. You're looking now at my second camera, and that is this 4-way USB hub allows me to have 2 cameras, 1 microphone, and the light all plugged in at the same time. So that's a great piece of kit to have. So just a note that's probably the best thing I bought this year. It's certainly the most cost-effective thing, because at $17.99 to have two cameras on screen, or to have two cameras, two microphones, or two, you know where I'm going with this. It basically allows you to mix things up and to have more than one camera, so that now I now have, courtesy, just simply courtesy of that cable, I've got two cameras on screen. Okay, now I pivot this time, we're done. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm going to put the stand out of the way, and I'm going to come back to me. Okay, back to me. Okay, and in case you've just joined us, I want to go over here, and I want to go here, and say this is Lights Camera Action with Stephen Healy, and you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. I'm so glad to be here. It's absolutely brilliant to actually broadcast in Amazon Live. I'm one of 4 Englishmen who broadcast in Amazon Live, myself, Nick, Grant and Howard. And if you know Nick Wood, or you know Grant Saunders, or you know Howard Bale, then do watch their shows. Okay. I watch quite a lot of Amazon Live broadcasts, because I mean, if you go to the browse tab up above, not now but later, and you go to streaming soon, Amazon Live has got its own TV guide, and it shows you in chronological order who's coming on next. So I know who's broadcasting at the same time as I am, and you can see everybody who's broadcasting later today. And it's like Amazon TV. You've got a full choice of broadcasters from now to midnight. Yeah, wall to wall Amazon Live. And it's all independent broadcasters, all of whom are sharing their passion with you for the items that they have in the carousel. And I just love the fact that I'm able to be here. Okay, so the next item I'm going to look at is this. I've been a broadcaster for some time now. For 6 years, in actual fact, I've been doing this. I've been broadcasting on live video, and on Udemy, I train other people to actually go on live video. I'm proud to have 16,000 students on Udemy who've been learning about live video. And I'm going to bring them over to Amazon Live soon. But this case, inside this case, you've got 30 seconds, a few seconds to guess what it is. That's the shape of it. That's the case. And embossed on it, well, you can't see the embossing. So I'm going to put that case down. This is the Home gimbal. And I'm telling you about this today because the Home gimbal today is 15% off, $84.14. And it is, quite simply, it's a very light gimbal. Now, I suppose the thing is, why do you actually need a gimbal? Okay, what's it for? Its purpose in life is to actually hold you and your phone steady. Okay, if you are, right, I told you I'm broadcasting from BeLive. That's the BeLive logo. We're going to take it off the screen and say thank you, BeLive, for providing the BeLive studio, which I'm broadcasting from today. If you go out and about and you record video on your mobile phone, like that, just like that, then you're going to tighten your grip on your phone so hard, because you don't want your phone to go on the floor. Your grip is going to be so hard that you're concentrating on holding a phone. This is a fact of life. $1,100 iPhone, you're going to protect it. Yeah, you're going to hold it tight, which means that you may miss some of your best shots. Yeah. The other thing is that if you're holding your iPhone, when you go up and down, the phone goes up and down. In other words, you're actually recording a video, but it's a moving video, but it's a shaky video. If you hold the phone in your hand, the resulting video will be shaky. There's no way of avoiding that unless you buy a gimbal. Okay, and I'm just going to put the iPad out of sight for a moment. I'm going to put it over there. So I'll keep an eye on it. If I go here and I go back to the dual camera approach, okay, and I go picture in picture. Okay, this is the gimbal. This is the Hohem iSteady gimbal, and I take this out for walks. This is a great way to exercise too. And if you take your phone, take the case off your phone and put your phone in the clamp like that, stretches for wider phones. Mobile phones can be Android or iPhone, and you rest the bottom of it there, and you have the lens at the top. Okay, and I realize that that's probably the best way to actually show you lens at the top and resting there. Okay, now the next thing you do is you put the gimbal on a solid surface. You do not hold the gimbal for the next step. You put it on a solid surface, which can be a desking, it can be a bench, it can be a flat rock. As long as it's flat and stable and not moving, that's the prerequisite. Having got your phone in there, then you can just switch it on. Okay, there's a red on-off switch, which you can see on the control panel there, and basically press that, then go to your phone, start record or start play, broadcasting. Yeah, and that's okay. Also on the control panel, you've got zoom in, zoom out, pan left, pan right, and go up and down. Okay, all the controls are in there. There is companion software that you can put on your phone that I have to tell you, trying to control a phone and a gimbal at the same time, besides which your phone is in a clamp, it's over there. So this is one I haven't worked out yet. You're using the gimbal, recording something, yeah, and there's an app. I don't know. How do you use the app? Because you're actually recording. Put your finger on the front of the camera and it records your finger. So use the app for actually setting things up. But once you start recording, the app is as much use as a chocolate fire guard. Okay, the guards that go around the fire. Now, I could wax lyrical of this, and I will, because I use this and I go out and about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you a video that was actually created using the Hohem gimbal. So let me get down here. Okay, and I just need to find something. This won't be a minute. I know I have it. I've put so many things in here that, okay, what I want to do is that. This video, not this video, the video I'm about to show you was recorded using this gimbal. And the things to look out for are two things mainly. Well, three. One, where I am. Two, this stability of the video shot. And three, the sound. Those are three things to watch out for. But we're going to go over here. And we're going to go using the Hohem gimbal. We're going to go to Portsmouth Docks. Okay, this is Portsmouth in England. Just let me find where we are. And I set the video going. And this is an example. But yeah, I'm going to put that on screen. Okay, this is an example of using the Hohem gimbal. Is a ship built in Great Britain, and it's steam powered, not sail powered, and we're just going to walk alongside to give you an idea of the size of this. Over there is a tower, 385 feet I think. You can actually go up in a lift to the top, but we're concentrating on the shipping today as we're at the dockyards. Welcome to HMS Warrior, Her Majesty's ship Warrior, or His Majesty's ship as it was when it was commissioned. And this is just an amazing place as I pan round. We're actually, the estuary is over there, and we have all the buildings on the right. As usual, I'm broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch,
and my website, live from Portsmouth in England, as Angelica and I do our tour of Hampshire. Okay, so I'm trying to avoid people. And hello.
Are you going on board?
No, we're not.
No,
Okay. I think you're not allowed to photograph on board, hence his question, which is a fair one. Today we're just taking a walk around the dockyards as opposed to touring the facilities. It's wonderful because you can actually get onto the dockyards for free, which is what we've done today, and you can walk around and you can film and nobody's going to stop you. So I'm going to go as far as here and then turn around and watch Angelica coming towards us, and we'll turn around and head back because we don't know what's going to come next. We've just done this part, so Angelica's going to follow me as I turn around. Hey, come here. Right, okay. So we've not been here before, so whatever we see next is a mystery to us as well as to you. But this is Portsmouth, which was the foremost.
Right, I'm just going to stop the video for the moment, and because I've got the video player, I'm going to fast forward. And we were walking along, and we didn't know what to expect. We'd not been here before, and all of a sudden, we arrived here. And I'm going to press play again.
Naval see, and Angelica sees this for the first time. That is quite a sight. Let's see if we can get closer. It's got guardrails all around it, but we're going to try and climb the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps up, and this is just incredible. Now, you're not allowed to film on board the ships, but you can film the exterior, which is what I'm doing, as you know, at the moment. So
right, so back to me. That was quite a magical trip around Portsmouth dockyards, and as I say, with the IM gimbal. I just want to say I'd say thank you to Julie earlier for the follow, and three people have followed me today, so I am very grateful to every single one of you, and you have helped make my day. Now, you'll notice in that video there that I was doing a narration, and before I actually go out with my gimbal, yeah, the one down the carousel, I actually did some prep in the morning. I actually read up about where we're going so I can talk knowledgeably, and I give a narrated tour of where we're going. The videos, because I'm using the gimbal and one other thing, go up on YouTube, and people can search for Portsmouth Dockyards, Stonehenge, Avebury, everywhere we've been. We've made a video and it's on YouTube and people watch it. So I'm sharing my adventures and Angelica's adventures with the world on YouTube. But in order to do a good narration, you need a good microphone. Now, you've got the phone which is in the gimbal, and you could set it so that you actually record on your phone using the microphone it's inbuilt. But the sound isn't the best quality. Even with single direction, you're going to pick all the background noises. So the answer is that you need a second piece of kit. And this is the difference between an amateur for my own use video and a video you can put on YouTube. It is the quality of the sound. Now, I use, when I go out in my videos, like the one in Portsmouth, I use this, which is a power device, the lapel microphone that's down in the carousel right now. We're talking about the power device microphone, lapel microphone. This makes an enormous difference to the quality of the sound on a recorded mobile video. Yeah, even with the best phones, I'm not going to name any model, even with the best phones, the microphone is not as good, anywhere near as good or comparable with an external lapel microphone. This is the PowerDeWise microphone, and I like how they now put QR codes on the back, so you can zap the QR code and go straight to the website and get the instructions. It is a high quality microphone. I've been doing this live video recording on mobile for quite a while, and this is the best microphone that I've actually found. Now, this is the carrying pouch for the PowerDeWise microphone. Inside this, hopefully tamed, is a cable, but I love the wording on the back which says words can change lives, record them perfectly. And not just about record them perfectly, just about sums up how good this microphone is. Yeah. And this is the difference, just to re-emphasize it, between an amateur video and a video for public consumption that you can put on YouTube, in that the sound will be high quality. Okay, this is it, and this is it. I'm going to actually I'm going to unfasten this just a second, or perhaps not. I'm going to try and find the end of this. Okay, so I found the end of it. I'm going to pull that through. Okay, so there we are. I've actually found the end of it. And if I untangle it, how is it that you put a wire and it just gets so tangled up that it's not true? Okay, so if you've never watched somebody untangle a wire on live video before, this is most definitely a first. Okay, it's going to take a while, but I'm determined to do it. So I'm going to untangle it. Okay, and there we have it. It is now almost untangled. Okay, apart from that bit, I'll do that bit later when I put it back in its pouch. This is the lapel microphone, the PowerDeWise microphone, and it's the lapel microphone, and it works very simply. There's got a crocodile clip there. Okay, and just a minute, it just clips on. That's it. That's that part of it, and then you take the other end of the cable, and it is quite a long cable. Okay, and you take that and you plug it into, he said, you plug it into your mobile phone like so. That's it. Plug the other end into your mobile phone. As soon as you plug this microphone into your mobile phone, the mobile phone microphone cuts out. You don't need to do anything else. No software. Just plug the microphone in and it works. So when you're actually out and about recording, the first sound that's heard is your voice. You can still hear sound around you, but because the lapel microphone is up against your body, you're absorbing a lot of the sound. And the microphone's first sound is going to be your voice. And that's why in the video I just showed you, my voice actually stands out. Yeah. It's very important that the sound on a mobile video is good. Yeah. Very, very important. And the PowerDeWise microphone with the orange box. Yeah. Click the link in the carousel, you actually find it. The PowerDeWise microphone is a high quality lapel microphone. You just heard the sound of it. It's crisp, it's clear. The background noise is in the background, and it just adds a certain quality to your live videos. Now, the other thing is that if I just unclip this for a moment, it's very easy to unclip. So there it is. Just a moment. It plugs onto, it clips onto your shirt or your t-shirt or your jacket in winter, and you just take it off, and that's it. It's back. So from an operational point of view, you clip it, plug it, clip it, plug it. That's it. But when I something to that, this also, as well as being for a mobile video, this is a great microphone to be your first external microphone on Zoom or on a live broadcast. It's high quality. because it's against your body, it doesn't pick up many of the extraneous noises around you. Now, as I said earlier, I actually have courses on Udemy about live broadcasting. And the one thing about Udemy is they care about their customers, they care about the quality of the video that you actually use in the training courses you put together. They care that when you record it, you use a high quality microphone. At that time, they gave a choice. They said you can either soundproof the whole of your room, okay, have a clip guard, have a guard behind the microphone, or you can buy a lapel microphone. And today, this microphone is $35.45, which is 41% off. Yeah, and you can use that microphone for your Udemy broadcasts. And I did, and I have. And it's passed the quality tests at Udemy. So this microphone can also plug into your PC or Mac, and you can use it as your first external microphone at a price of $35. It's a darn good price, and it's high quality, and it works out the box, and you just clip it and plug it. I think I'm going to adopt that phrase: clip it and plug it. That's all you need to do with this lapel microphone to improve the quality of your mobile video, and if you're using an internal microphone on your Mac or PC, to improve the audio on your live video. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to pick up the iPad, and thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. I do appreciate you spending part of your day with me. So that's the microphone, and I'm going to come back over here, and we're going to go to I'm going to go to another camera. This is my latest purchase. What I decided to do in terms of what's in the carousel, I own most of what's in the carousel, and what I'm doing over a period of time is actually improving my kit. And as I improve my kit and find out how to use it, it then goes in the carousel. So the equipment you see down in the carousel, you can ask questions about any part of it because I use it on a daily basis. Okay, and I'm here to answer your questions. I really am. Okay, if I go side by side here, you can see my desktop, which is now looking rather messy, for want of a better word. You've got the IPVO stand, you've got the here. Here's the gimbal and my phone and the box. Okay, and the tripod stand, and everything's there, and it's looking a bit of a mess. But what I'm going to do now is we're going to look at the actual camera itself, because it is acting as my second camera today, but in actual fact, it could well be it could well be my first camera. Okay, this is the OBSBot Tiny camera. Okay, now the OBSBot Tiny camera is 720p, 1080p. I'm just going over to my sheet over here. Okay, so we're looking at the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera at the moment, and you're watching it now, and there's no greater testament that you're actually watching it now. The color of my green screen at the back looks the same to me as it does to you, so the color representation is very good. They've recently added to the software that controls the camera, they've added auto face exposure, which means that my face now looks, well, it looks okay, it looks good. Okay, so this is the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera. I can take that off because you don't need to know it twice. Okay, now this camera has certain features which I'm going to demonstrate you. It has software which I'm going to show you. It's got AI-powered framing and gesture control. I'm going to show you that. Okay, it's got full 1080p camera. We said earlier 720p is DVD quality, 1080p is higher definition. Okay, so this is a high definition camera. What we're going to do now is I'm going to show you what the camera can do. Unlike the Logitech series of cameras, the Ultraspot has a 90-degree field of view, but it's on a gimbal. Yeah? It's actually on a gimbal, which means that I can have 3 presets. So you're looking at me now, okay, and I can go to my desktop. Okay, I can zoom in on my desktop. I can zoom out on my desktop. I can come back to me, and I go to the third location over on the wall. Okay, so there you can see my Under Armour rucksack and a picture of every stone circle. So the first thing this camera has is it has 3 presets. Okay, and I'm going to come back to me. It has 3 presets. Okay, now the other thing about this camera, and I'm going to switch cameras and I'm going to do something. Well, before I'm going to make sure this is actually working. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. The Ultraspot Tiny stands out because it has AI. It has the ability to actually track. So if I go here and I start to move, what's going to happen is this. I just hide what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to stand up. Now, as I stand up, what's happening, okay, is that my Logitech camera, which is looking at me, has lost me. Okay, I'm still here, but if I go back to the Ultraspot Tiny, the Ultraspot Tiny allows me to stand up. Okay, it has tracking software. As I move, the camera moves, and I can move rather quickly, and the camera will always follow me. It tracks what you're doing. So if I'm doing a demonstration, as I am now, I can stand up and do a demonstration. We know that when you stand up, you have more energy, your diaphragm is free, you can actually express yourself more, you can use your hands, you can do all sorts of things stood up. Yeah, I mean, I am going to talk about. Down in the carousel, you'll find these. Okay, and these are, steps back a bit, these are Aftershocks earbuds. Stylish. I chose blue, you can have any colour you want. They are waterproof and basically they do not go in your ear canal, they are over the ear and they are bone conducting headphones. You hear the sound through your skull. Quality is good. It's not hi-fi, but it is good. So you can listen to your favourite podcast or Amazon Music and you can do it whilst you're walking, jogging, running or cycling. These are the headphones to have. I use them every single day. They're just the best that I've found, and that's why they don't carousel. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the camera, and the camera, the Ultraspot Tiny camera, is quite simply coming back to me. Quite simply, the most fun that I've had with the camera, as the camera actually follows me. Okay, as I sit down. Okay. And I just need to press one button. And I'm back. So you've now got 2 of me. You can do a direct comparison between the Logitech Brio, which is bottom right, and the Ultraspot Tiny, which is at the top. Okay, and different cameras, different purposes, but it is a brilliant camera, released in 2021. If there is a new camera, a new Ultraspot, if you click the link in the carousel, go off the Ultraspot page, you'll find there's also now an Ultraspot 4K, which is 4K, and it's also 4x zoom. Okay, the one you're looking at now is 2x zoom. Now, in terms of controlling the camera, there is software, and you know I love when there's software. So I'm going to come just the opposite tiny on screen. Okay, and I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to share some software with you. This is the software that you can download to control the opposite tiny camera. So let's go screen share, and I'm going to share my screen. I've got to wait for this to happen. I'm going to close a couple of things down. Just give me a second. I'm just closing things down in the background until I come back to me. And I'm going to go screen share again. And this time, oh, wait a minute, I pressed the wrong button. I'm going to go screen share. Okay, it must be getting that time. I need a couple, I want to share an app, and that's the app. Okay, so I've got that. I'm in the mood for Kaffee und Kuchen, which is a German tradition, which is mid-afternoon to actually have coffee and cake. So after this broadcast, I'll be going off to have coffee and cake. Just looking forward to it. Okay, I'm going to bring the software up on screen. This is the software that controls the Spot Tiny. Okay, and I'm going to show you how it works. This software is free with the camera. Yeah, just let me go here, and I'm going to take that off full screen, hide that camera, and go picture in picture. Okay, this is the software that controls the camera. Go to overspot.com, download the software. This is what you can do. The first thing you can do, I just want to change something, just a minute. Always find that this is the best view to actually demonstrate in, and I want to move myself to the left hand side. Okay, I'm happy now. Okay, this software has 3 presets. We've seen them. So I'm going to go to preset 1 is the desktop. Okay, so the camera switches over to the desktop. Okay, preset 2 is me. I'm just clicking the buttons, as you can see, and now we're at me. And then preset 3 is location 3. Okay, now what I can do is I can adjust that location using the control on the right hand side. I can adjust that location. He said I can go down, I can go up, I can go left, I can go left, I can go right, and I can adjust that until I get it exact as I want, and then I can do the preset and update it, and then come back to me. So setting presets up is simple and straightforward. You just go to the angle you want to see, and it can be, it's on a gimbal, so the camera tracks around. Yeah, so the camera is filming to the left of me, it's filming the desktop, it can film the wall on my right, and it can film me. Okay, not many cameras can do this. Now, as far as the camera is concerned, it is $199. But for a PTZ camera, pan, tilt, and zoom, pan, tilt, and zoom, it is a very good value camera. And the other thing is that you can use this software to actually control it. And I'm just going to bring another bit of software over. They do regularly update the software. You don't need me anymore, just a minute. They do regularly update the software version. The device can go to sleep if you're not using it. It can go to sleep after 5 or 10 minutes. It has a total privacy control, which you just turn the camera and it goes off. Yeah, until you switch it back on again, either manually or with the software. It's got the tracking mode. It keeps your headroom constant wherever you move to. You'll always have headroom. We talked about the importance of headroom when you're broadcasting solo. You must have headroom. In addition to the headroom mode, it also has a standard mode, which ignores the headroom, and it's got a motion mode. If you want to film something that's fast moving, supposing somebody you know is a 100-meter race, you can focus the camera on them, and then the camera will track them throughout the 100 meters, and it will go as fast as they do, I assure you. Yeah, it's got anti-flicker. If you're quite the new feature, they updated the software last week. The new feature is face auto exposure, which means, quite simply, that I look better on camera now than I did before. So that is the ultra tiny camera. It's the most fun I've had with a camera. It really is. It's controlled by the software, 3 presets, tracking around a room or a 100-meter race, it'll do it. It is a very versatile camera, and for a PTZ camera, it's very inexpensive. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll go to the ultra tiny page. The camera we're looking at is the ultra tiny PTZ camera. It's got, as we've seen, 3 presets. It's AI powered. It's top full 1080p, dual up omnidirectional microphones, 2 microphones built in, 90-degree wide angle, but because it's on the gimbal, you actually get more for your money. It's better than that. Again, it's got the low light compensation. If you turn the lights off, then the camera will do its best to actually compensate. And it's an AI powered PTZ camera. And it's got a sleep mode. It goes off preset, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do. It's got 3 presets. I've shown you my 3 presets. It's got the headroom mode. Yeah, we looked at that. And face auto exposure, new update. I look better than I did before. It's got noise reduction actually built into the camera, which is a brilliant feature. So it cuts out all the noise that's around you. And of course, it's got motion mode. Okay, and auto sleep mode, and finally, it has a magnetic mount. It mounts on the top of your monitor and on top of your computer, and it just sits there, and it watches everything that's going on in a 180-degree arc. In actual fact, I can stand parallel at the side of my monitor, and this camera can actually track me. It's normal job when I'm live broadcasting. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to stop sharing. Its normal job when I'm broadcasting is to, just a minute, I just need to move something. Okay, its normal job when I'm broadcasting, just a second. I'm trying here. Okay, its normal job is to look after, I've got one thing the other way around. Its normal job is to actually look after the desktop and everything that I've shown you during the broadcast today. Okay, now I'm going to come back full screen. Okay, now I do appreciate your spending your time with me today. I always enjoy being on Amazon Live and talking with you. And I'm just so fortunate to be able to broadcast live on Amazon Live. If you're thinking if you want to join us on Amazon Live, just let me know, and I'll show you how to apply to be on Amazon Live and how to get ready to be on Amazon Live. All the broadcasters on Amazon Live are independent. We don't work for Amazon. We're here showing products that we have an interest in, that we actually use on a regular basis. Don't forget to go to the browse button and to streaming soon. You get your own TV channel now with all the broadcasts on it. And don't forget, he said, all about, and I'm going to finish on this. Over here, just a second. The first thing I showed you today, and the last thing I'm going to show you today is this. This is down the carousel now. It's the Logitech Lytra light. It's the first light that Logitech Deco have made. We know about the cameras C920, 922, 925, 930. This is the Logitech Lytra Glow, released in January 2022. Many of my friends have bought it. And I know a lot of people are actually buying these lights because they're so small, so unobtrusive, and they give off a good light. Just to show you the Lytra effect, if I go here and switch the light off, then I go decidedly dark. My skin goes paler. If I switch the light back on, if I find the right software, okay, I found the right software, and I switch the light back on. It gives a whole new feel to the live broadcast. One of these lights makes all the difference to the quality of the live broadcast, which is why this show is actually called Lights, Camera, Action. Yeah, because lights are important, an important part of the project. Okay, live broadcasting. Okay, now, I would have shown you this earlier. I meant to show you this. Okay, you may be wondering where the phrase lights, camera, action comes from. Okay, it comes from Hollywood. And the director of the movie would, when he was ready to film a scene, and this is the old days, this is when they got big cinematographer cameras, he would say, right, to the man with the clipboard, action, and the clipboard would go down and the actors would start to act. Lights, camera, action, all began in Hollywood. This has been Stephen in Wiltshire in England. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live today. I do appreciate it. I will be back live on Amazon. I'll let you know when. Follow me if you want to keep in touch. But thank you for watching. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. And thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and have an amazing weekend. From Wiltshire in England, it's goodbye for now. Take care. And I hope to see you again soon. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. They said that in the movies too.